So you're thinking about getting a new electric vehicle, but which one should you go for? Well, I'll give you 5 suggestions for electric vehicles that you should avoid right now in 2025. So let's have a go, guys. Let's have a look at this top 5 or bottom 5 list, depending on how you look at it. Number 5 is the Hyundai Kona Electric. Now, I must admit, my dad actually owns a Kona Electric, and it's a pretty decent car by the looks of things. I don't drive it personally, but apparently people are not particularly happy with this model. But why is that? Well, it's actually quite a popular car, especially for those on a budget looking for an SUV that's electric powered. However, its range of 258 miles is not the best. And it also doesn't charge the quickest either, especially compared to some newer models of electric vehicles. The interior is inferior as well, unfortunately. It's very functional, but it does feel very cramped inside. And I must admit, it is a huge car by the standards of most UK vehicles, but it's not the most spacious on the inside. My Kia, which is about probably half the size of that Kona, maybe not half, but two-thirds the size of that Kona, does actually feel more spacious on the inside than what this does. So it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best either. If you're looking for a budget electric vehicle that's on the large side, the Kona maybe is not the best option. Also, not the best option, though, is the Jaguar I-Pace, or the Jaguar, as our American cousins would very much call it. Now, there was a time when this was a very stylish and luxurious SUV that's powered by the electric motors. However, it is starting to feel very outdated in 2025. Again, it's not got the best range, 248 miles, which when it first came out was very good. Now it's a bit average, if not a bit below average, unfortunately. Now, it's a very good ride. It's very good when it comes to the handling. Its interior is very nice, but a lot of the tech in there is a bit outdated now as well. It's not quite as fluid as what it used to be when it first came out. Things have very much moved on, and unfortunately the I-Pace has not kept up pace with the modern world. The charging speeds as well are really not the best for this one either, unfortunately, so that's another reason to go away. And if I'm being totally honest as well, a Jaguar SUV is not the best looking on the outside. It's just weird seeing a big Jaguar like that, I must be honest. It's not what I'm used to in this country anyway. But, you know, there we go. So let's have a look at some more that you should avoid. Number 3, the VW ID4. The Volkswagen ID4. I see these out and about quite a bit here, actually. But again, it's not the best. Charging range, 250 miles, not great. The ride is very good, apparently. The interior, though, is a bit bland. It's very, very dull inside there. And again, for the cost of this vehicle, you'd expect something that's a bit more luxurious on the inside. And as well, the in-car technology as well is just not very good from VW here. It's very clunky and awkward. It's pretty practical overall. It's not the worst car, but definitely not the best either, especially for the budget you'll have to actually afford this. And given how much competition there is out there, it's not really the one. Also not the one, or at least number 2 on this list anyway, this dishonorable list, is the Mini Electric SE. Now, I don't really see that many electric-powered Minis around. The Mini Cooper being very popular here in the UK, but it's very rare I see an electric-powered one, and that's not without good reason. Now, of course, it looks like a Mini. It looks like it should do. There's nothing wrong when it comes to that. But what is very, very wrong is its range. 114 miles is abysmal in 2025 for an electric Mini. Even in the UK, a relatively small country, 114 miles. I mean, that's not very practical, you know. A 50-mile drive somewhere is not really that far away, to be honest. So it can only do what? That gives it, what, like less than 2 hours on the motorway, on our highway system. It's not really very positive at that point. Now, its handling is very good, as you'd expect for something like this. It's quite handy to get around the city. It is on the smaller side, being a Mini. The clue is in the name. But it is very much a car that you should really, really avoid. It's not very practical. It looks good, but it isn't, unfortunately. But what tops the list? Well, I'm surprised to see this because, again, I see a lot of these here in the UK, but it's the Mercedes-Benz EQC. A Mercedes, the worst electric vehicle in 2025. Well, there's certainly a case to be made for it. Why is this? Well, partly because of the price. It is expensive. This is a very, very expensive vehicle, and for that you would expect the best. This is Mercedes at the end of the day. They have a reputation to uphold, but overall they don't really uphold it with this, to be honest. 220 miles for a range, again, not the best, not very good overall, especially by today's standards, and for the price that you're wanting, you want something that should do at least 300 miles, really. Now, the infotainment system, again, this is something I'm very surprised about by Mercedes. I've been in a few Mercedes. I know some people have actually owned Mercedes. Some of my friends have owned Mercedes before. And again, they're not very impressed by the technology in there. The sat-nav is not the best overall, basically. I always hear from people, which I suppose goes for all cars to an extent. Most cars are like, it's very rare that you get one that has a very good infotainment system inside. But again, for the price of this, not really good. It's not, again, overall, it's probably the best car on this list. But given the price of it, in some cases being twice as much, if not even more than some of these examples like the Mini, you expect better, you want better. And if you want an electric vehicle for that kind of budget, you want better than what this Mercedes is. And unfortunately, this ain't it, Chief. But yeah, those are 5 examples of electric vehicles that you should avoid in 2025. None of them particularly bad cars, if I'm being totally honest, but given the budget, given the competition, given the alternatives out there, these are very much not the best. So your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Do you own any of these electric vehicles? Do you concur with them being not the best? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you own an electric vehicle as well, it's not one of these 5. Explain if you want to own one of these. Do you think these is better than what you got? I want to hear what you have to say, basically. Always up for a conversation in there. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always if you want to see more like this. And have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, guys. See you very soon.